Web, it's your boy Jay the Rican, man. Tune into another episode of Engineer Etiquette, man. Powered by Outstanding Producers. What's up, everybody, man? Today I'm talking about WordChoice, man. It is number 4 of my Engineer Etiquettes, and this one I spoke on briefly on episode 1 on how to run a session. I know some, if not all, artists are sensitive. I also understand that certain people have just no filter. They don't, you might not have a right way to communicate with people, you know what I'm saying? You love what you do, you know what I'm saying? As an engineer, you love making music, but maybe just, as a people person, you might, come off people the wrong way. Most of the time, when you're trying to really get into the field of engineering, audio engineering, especially in the music field, right? A lot of times you're going to start being a recording engineer. We all just want to be, mix engineers or mastering engineers. Being a recording engineer is just part of the game. You know what I'm saying? You're always going to record somebody, even if it's your own artist. So it's good to kind of know how to talk to people and know how to kind of read certain situations, man. One of the most common ones is try to tell somebody to do the takeover. You know what I'm saying? Or it could start from how you greeted each other through email, text, direct message, or whatever, to how they speak and how you communicate them when they're actually in the studio vibe. You don't want to use, words that will kind of have a negative connotation to them. You know what I'm saying? So one of the most common things is telling somebody to do the takeover. You don't really have to necessarily just flat out say it wasn't good. Try to tell them why it wasn't. Now, let's say that they're taking too much time and they're taking too many takes or whatever the case may be. You're like, again, alright, wait, I'm here one more time. Again. Don't try to be so militant with it, you know what I'm saying? This is still a person. Also, don't show signs of frustration when they're not really getting it, after telling them, to do it again and again and again so many times. I mean, you're not even really going at it the right way. I think you should be a little bit more approachable with it, you know what I'm saying? Tell them why you're doing it the 20th time, you know what I'm saying? Tell them how they could do it better. Tell them all that. Tell them this. I like to call it a compliment sandwich. I tell you something good, something you could do better, and then something good again. So I'll tell you a compliment about what you just did, something you could do better, like a critique, and then I'll just end it off with a compliment. So I'll say after a take, yo, that was great energy, bro. You kind of mess up at the end, but that was amazing, man. Let's do it again. You can tell them, yo, that last take was amazing, man. We're gonna have to do it again because you kind of, mumbled. But yeah, that was a really good energy, man. You ready? Let's do it again. Bye. And you just roll right with it, you know what I'm saying? You want to create a good momentum too, a good dialogue. One kind of thing that we have to be aware of as engineers when it comes to word choice is the engineering jargon and all the mixing, recording mumbo jumbo that we speak, between, engineers and producers, artists and whoever we make, we have to make sure that they understand what we're saying. I really don't want to say dumb it down, but you have to kind of see how much they know and apply it the right way. You're also going to have to kind of adapt to their lingo and try to find a happy medium between it. If you don't call it ins and outs, you call it endings. If you don't call it ad-libs, you call it hype track. Try to figure each other out so you can kind of smooth it out because you're already speaking the same language, literally. You know what I'm saying? So you could just flow and just keep at it. Now, when it comes to giving feedback, artists always want to see, they always want to ask you, how did I sound? What do you think? What do you think about this song? What do you think about this? First thing I do, honestly, is, I think about it for a quick second and then I say, what do you think about it? 10 times out of 10, they're going to tell me exactly what they thought about it, but they want to hear somebody else say it, right? But they're not going to, it's like I feel like they're afraid to say how they feel about it. They want to hear somebody else's opinion first. So I guess when I flip it back to them, they just tell me exactly what they felt. And if they say anything that starts with, I don't know, man, I think I could do, I'll be like, all right, man, let's do it one more time. You could always do it one more time. You know what I'm saying? You know, make them feel comfortable. But they're always gonna ask you, what are your thoughts? Now, if you really do give your thoughts, I want to say, you know, be as honest as you can. But remember that you're not in control of anybody's path or journey. If you feel like you're working with an artist that you feel doesn't have what it takes, doesn't have the talent, doesn't have whatever, but you know, for whatever reason they're in your studio, they're working with them, don't just tell the motherfucker like, yo, hang it up. I don't know why nobody told you before. You should have quit like months ago. You know what I'm saying? Try to, like I said, going back to the compliment sandwich, say something positive, say something that they could work on, and try to either reiterate the positive one or try to end it off with something else, you know? And that middle piece where you critique it, and I feel like that's where, try to be constructive, all right? You know, we're in the business of creativity, so there's really no rules and laws. Word choice when it comes with money. Some people find it a sensitive topic, some people are more comfortable, some people shy away from it, some people are really upfront about it. You know, I say make sure that everything is arranged prior before they get there, but when they come to the studio, you know, make sure that, you know, that it's done privately, away from whoever they may have brung, away from if you have assistant engineers or whatever the case may be. If it's just you and them in a room, then of course, you know, hand to hand. Arrange that beforehand so that, you know, nobody's time is wasted. You know, don't just say, pay me my money. When they ask you how much something is, you tell them how they could pay. If they could pay you, you know, credit card, a deposit. They come to your studio, they pay you cash. But if if your studio doesn't take cash, or if your studio doesn't take credit cards, make sure that's taken care of. You know, that's just more so just common knowledge more than just word choice. I feel like there's a million ways to say the wrong thing, and I feel like there's only a handful of ways to say the right thing and really mean it every time. We gotta let them know that what we're saying is not because we think that we're better than them, or because we feel like we could tell them what to do because we're the engineers. We have to let them know, hey, listen, I'm just trying to help you out. You know, again, if you saw the engineer versus producer, you know, make sure you stay on that line on the engineer side as opposed to the producer side. But you know, we're here to, you know, really cheer them up, and that all comes down to what we say and how we say it, man. That's another episode of Engineer Etiquette, man. Follow me at Jargon. Subscribe, like, comment, and share, man. Powered by I Stand the Producers. What pop?